Hello everybody, myself Prasanta Mukhopadhyay, faculty member, Electrical Engineering Department, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. So far we have discussed in our power electronics class of Unit 2 regarding PNPN devices, thyristors, different members of the thyristor family with their symbol, applications, say characteristics, and we have also mainly concentrated ourselves regarding the discussions of Asia. So we have talked about the two transistor analogy or model of Asia during when we are discussing its VI characteristics, and also we have talk about the operation, how transistor work, that is ACL work. Its different turn-on methods, starting from voltage turn-off, DVDT turn-off, gate triggering turn-off, say light triggering, thermal triggering, etc. And we have also talked about the switching characteristics. That means switching characteristics during turn-on and turn-off, say operations. And not only that, we have talking about we have discussed about the ratings and specifications of Asia. We have also talked about Asia protections, how this snubber circuit is being used for the protection of DVDT and other protection schemes. Then we have say talked about different commutation techniques, or that is turn-up methodology of Asia. So we have already almost covered everything, so except gate triggering circuits and series and parallel operation of Asia. So today we'll discuss first series and parallel operation of Asia. So now series and parallel operation of Asia. So how to make series and parallel connections of an Asia? And first of all, we have to know why we will do so. Basically, why it is required. So doing series connections or parallel connections of Asia. In many power control applications, the required voltage and current ratings exceed the voltage and current rating that can be provided by a single Asia. As a result, so under such situation, the Asias are required to be connected in series or in parallel to meet the requirements. So sometimes even if the required rating is available, multiple connections are employed for reasons of economy and easy availability of ACRs of lower ratings. So that's a very important question. So where we use this ACR, particularly for what purpose we are using, and whether the available ACR is of the same permit or meet the requirement of say correct voltage and current of the say application area. So in that case, if that is exceeding requirement is more, so in that case we can connect series or parallel connection as per requirement of the voltage requirement and current requirement. So like any other equipment, characteristics or properties of two ACRs of the of same make and ratings are never the same, and this leads to certain problems in the circuit. So basically, it is very difficult to get the exact say similar two components of same ratings. So this mismatching or mismatching of ACRs is due to some differences in maybe due to turn-on time or maybe turn off time, or leakage current in forward direction, or leakage current in reverse directions, and of course recovery voltage. So these are the basic area due to which this mismatches happen. Basically, turn on time, turn off time, leakage current in forward directions, leakage current in reverse directions, and recovery voltage. So whenever we want to connect SCRs in series, suppose we required the actually to improve the voltage rating. So required voltage rating exceeds the SCR voltage ratings. In that case, number of SCRs are required to be connected in series to share the forward and reverse voltage. So as it is not possible to have SCRs of completely identical characteristics, so deviation in characteristics lead to measure problems during series connections of SCRs. So first of all, you have to keep in mind, so if the required voltage rating is not being say allowed by a single SCR, then you require to if the required voltage rating exceeds the SCR voltage rating, in that case number of SCRs are connected to in series to meet the actually the required voltage rating to share the forward and the reverse voltage. So in that case also we have to face say, since two identical or complete identical characteristics is not possible, and as a result, so to measure problems we have to face due to deviation in characteristics during series connections, that is unequal distribution of voltage across SCRs and differences in recovery characteristics. So care must be taken to share the voltage equally. Say for steady state condition, voltage sharing is achieved by using a resistance of or a Zener diode in parallel with the SCR. And the resistance or this is static equalization circuit and this is dynamic equalization circuit. So equalization for series connection actually. Diodes, see this D1 connected in parallel with resistors R1. Okay, this resistor R1 helps in dynamic equalizations, and this circuit reduces the differences between blocking voltages of the two devices within permissible limits. So additionally, this RC circuit can also serve the function of snubber circuit. We have discussed about the snubber circuit, which is say connected across thyristor to protect it from say DVDT. So values of R1 and this R1 and C1, so basically primarily calculated for a snubber circuit, and check can be made for equalizations. Okay, now if delta Q is the difference in recovery charge of two devices arising out of different recovery current for different time, and delta V is the permissible difference in blocking voltage, okay, for these two SCRs basically. So then C1 is equal to delta Q by delta V. So this is this will give you the value how you will select the C1 here. Okay. So the value of resistance should be sufficient to overcome the circuit. Here, R1 or 2 whatever it is. Since the capacitor C1 can discharge through SCR during turn on, there can be excessive power distribution. Okay, so this there can be excessive power distribution, but the switching current from C1 is limited by the resistor R1, and this resistance also serves the purpose of damping out ringing, which is oscillation of C1 with the circuit inductance during commutations. So all the resistors connected in series should be turned on at the same time when signals are applied to their gate simultaneously. Actually, so when you will, so you must have to apply both the SCR simultaneously to actually meet the purpose. So basically, and I told you that C1 can discharge to SCR during turn on. There can be excessive power distribution, but switching current from C1 is limited by this resistors R1. Okay, because current will pass to this. So all the SCRs connected in series must be turned on at the same time when signals are applied to their gates simultaneously. So that's all about the series connection of SCRs. What are the problem will face due to same rating but due to non-identical characters due to say unequal distribution of voltage and difference in the recovery characteristics. And for that, this is the protections for used to make the dynamic equalization of the circuit, and this is the static equalization circuit. And this entirely gives you the actually how a series connection of an SCR is done. So if we once again if we say repeat the entire say discussions, we'll find that say series connections of SCRs is required to meet the required voltage rating and where this SCR will be used. Sometimes one or single SCR is not possible to meet the voltage rating. If the application area where it will be used is exceeds this single voltage rating, then we have to connect to meet the required voltage rating. We have to connect the SCRs in series, and that's also we have say for that what we have to do. A number of SCRs can be required to connect in series to share the forward and the reverse voltage. And since it is not possible to have SCRs of completely identical characteristics, and since deviation in characteristics lead to the problems with unequal distribution of voltage across SCRs, and difference in recovery characteristics, so care must be taken to share the voltage equally. For steady state conditions, voltage sharing is achieved by using a resistance or general diode in parallel with the SCRs like this. Here it is. That is called static equalization circuit of this. So, so this condition will meet the steady state condition. This will give you the static equalization circuit. And for a dynamic equalization circuit, that is for transient voltage sharing, low inductive resistor or capacitor in series are placed. Low inductive resistors or capacitors are placed in series and say placed across the SCR. Okay. See. Okay. Across SCR, and diodes. This diodes D1 is connected in parallel with the resistor. This R1. Which helps in dynamic stabilization, and the circuit reduces the differences between blocking voltages of the two devices within permissible limits. So additionally, the RC circuit can also serve the function of snubber circuit. So we have already discussed the use of snubber circuit in the protection part of the HCR, and our values of R1 and C1 can primarily be calculated for a snubber circuit, and a check can be made for equalizations. And if delta Q is the difference in recovery charge of the two devices arising out of the different recovery current for say different time, and delta B is the permissible difference in blocking voltage, then C1 equal to delta Q by delta B, and the value of the resistance says R should be sufficient to overcome the circuit. So since the capacitor C1 can discharge to the HCR during turn on, there can be excessive power distribution, but the switching current from C1 is limited by the resistor R1. This resistance also serves the purpose of damping out ringing, which is oscillations of C1 with the circuit inductance during commutation. So all the HCR connected in series should be turned on at the same time when signals are applied to their gate simultaneously. So that is about HCRs and series connections. The series connection circuit is given here. These are two which is connected across HCRs are for static equalization circuit, I told you, and this R1 and C1 connected across the HCRs for dynamic equalizations, and this part will give you D1. This D1 is connected for helps in dynamic stabilization. So that's actually complete the discussions on series connection of an HCR. Okay. Now we'll discuss about the parallel connection of HCR. So we have so far discussed the series connections, how it can be made, what are the precautions to be taken for static equalizations and dynamic equalizations. Now we'll talk about parallel connection of HCR. So when actually parallel connection is needed? Actually when the load current exceeds the HCR current rating, and HCRs are connected in that case in parallel to share the load current. So voltage when voltage rating is exceeded, in that case series connection, and when load current is exceeds the HCR current rating, then HCRs are connected in parallel actually to share the load current. But when HCRs are operated in parallel, the current sharing between them may not be proper. So in that case, device having lower dynamic resistance will tend to share more current, and this will raise the temperature of that particular device in comparison to others, and thereby reducing further its dynamic resistance and increasing current rate. As you know, if dynamic resistance is less for a particular device, in that case more current will be shared through this device, and as a result, due to more current, more temperature will be generated, and as a result further decrease of dynamic resistance will happen, and as a result more current will flow through it. So this process is actually cumulative and continues till the device gets punctured. So that's a very important point to be taken care of during parallel connections of HCR. And some other factors which directly or indirectly add to this problem are difference in particularly turn on time, delay time, finger voltage, and loop inductance. So basically these are also very important factors to be considered during parallel connections of S shears. So arrangement of S shears in the cubicle also plays a vital role. So that's also important. When S shears are connected in parallel, it must be ensured that the latching current level of all the S shears is such that when gate pulse is applied, all of them turn on and remain on when the gate pulse is removed. So why it is important? Because if the latching current is not same, in that case, some after turn on when the gate pulse will be removed, so one may be in the on state and another may be say again come down to the say turn off condition. So basically, if latching current, if we say remember the VI characteristics of S shear, so latching current is very important unless and until the pulse gate pulse is sufficient enough to say reach this latching current level. So S shears will again come back to its turn off position. So in that case, if one S shear is having so more latching current, another is less latching current, the latter one will be turned on, and the former will in that case will get back to its off state. So that's very important. Okay, so all of them should be turned on and remain on when the gate pulse is removed. So in that case, S shears having the similar latching current should be selected. And further, the same thing is happening with the holding currents also. It should not be much of difference in that, because if it is very much the difference is more, in that case at reduced load current, one of the device gets turned up because of the fall of the current to it below its holding current value, and another may not. This is particularly important because of increase in load current, device which has stopped conducting cannot start in the absence of gate pulse, because once the say resistor is turned on, so gate pulse having no role. So that's important. So holding current also should be not of much difference between the S shears which will be connected in parallel. Okay, so so actually basically this is very important because the increase in the load current, this device which has stopped conducting cannot start in absence of gate pulse. And another point to be considered is that the on-state voltage across the device. Okay, that's also very important for equal sharing of currents by the devices. Voltage drop across the parallel paths must be equal. For operation of all S shear connected in parallel at the same temperature, so it becomes necessary to use a common heatsink for their mounting. So actually this is also important because for parallel operation, S shears are connected on a common heatsink, and that is shown here. So see, this is S shear 1, S shear say 2, S shear 3. It's a heatsink. It's a common heatsink. Okay. So that's also very important. Now, resistance compensation used for DC circuits, and in this circuit resistors R1 and R2 are chosen so as to cause equal voltage drop in both arms. Yeah, resistance compensation. So this values will be so chosen that the equal voltage drop will happen. This is for resistance compensations for this two S shear. Okay. Uh, Inductive compensation used for AC circuit, that is also shown here. This is for DC circuit and this is for AC circuit. Okay, inductive compensations are used. So actually the difference in characteristics due to different turn-on time, delay time, finger voltage, latching current, holding current, that can be minimized by using inductive compensation. So this is very important why inductive compensation will be used. Basically, this will reduce the difference in say turn on time, delay time, finger voltage, latching current, holding current, and all these say parameters should be taken care of if we use inductive compensation in case of say AC circuit. And say firing circuits giving a high rate of rise can be used to reduce mismatch of gate characteristics and delay time. That's also very important. The firing circuits actually you research with giving a high rate of rise can be used basically to reduce mismatch of gate characteristics and delay time. And current sharing circuit must be designed so as to distribute current equally at maximum temperature and maximum anode current. So this is done to ensure that the devices share current equally under worst operating conditions. So mechanical arrangement of SCRs also plays an important role in reducing mismatch. So cylindrical construction is perhaps the best say from this point of view. So actually there are so many factors, so you have to take into consideration for the parallel operation of the SCRs so that nothing say odd or nothing unwanted things may happen. Now derating actually even with all measures taken, it is preferable to derate the device for series or parallel operations. Basically, it's very important. And another reason for derating is poor cooling and heat dissipation, as a number of operating the same number of devices operate in the same branch of the circuit. So this is important. So all this whatever be the measures we have taken for so DC circuit operation or AC circuit, whether we have resistive compensation or inductive compensation, we can minimize the different factors to reduce the mismatch. Even that so derating is preferred because derating say due to poor cooling and heat dissipation, also derating is preferred because a number of devices operated in the same branch of the circuit. So normal derating factors actually 10 to 15% for parallel conduction of the SCRs, and depending upon the number of devices connected in parallel. And higher voltage safety factor is taken when SCRs are connected in series. So the rating factor for 10 to 15% are basically preferable for parallel connection of SCRs. And so depending upon the number of devices connected in parallel. And higher voltage safety factor is taken when the SCRs are connected in series. So in a nutshell, we have discussed this series and parallel connections of SCRs. Now I told you like all other electrical equipments, as per the requirement of the load current or load voltage, SCRs may be connected in parallel for say to meet the required load current level or to meet the required load voltage level. SCRs are connected in series, and for During series connection, some factors should be taken into consideration. Static equalization circuit should be done either by connecting resistor or generator in parallel with the SCRs, and dynamic equalization circuit are used using, say, RC network across say SCRs, and along across R of this snapper circuit or RC network. Diodes are connected in parallel to give the dynamic equalization of the circuit. And say there are some factors, some important factors to be taken care of during parallel connections. So you have to select the SCRs in such a way so that the mismatch between latching current, holding current, finger voltage, etc. should be less, and SCRs are parallel connected, are to be connected by the same heat sinks. And for DC circuits, resistive compensation is used, and for AC circuit, inductive compensations are used to reduce this mismatch, and for a better result, high firing rate circuits are used to reduce say this mismatch. So even that with all these precautions, still say unwanted things can happen, and that's why de-dating is used for parallel operations. So 10 to 15% of the SCRs, say de-dating factors are used, and for series operations, higher voltage safety factors is taken, and SCRs are connected in series. So that's all about this SCR series and parallel connections. And if you have any queries regarding this discussions, you may contact me and we will discuss definitely. Thank you.